Good evening, everybody. This is September 23rd, 2010, 9 o'clock Central Time in the evening. And this is the Big Weather Nut, Mike.
And this is the Junior Weather Nut, Josh.
And we apologize for not having an update yesterday, but there really wasn't too much to talk about. But there is tonight, as we have newly formed Matthew in the Caribbean. And it poses a major threat to the Gulf Coast of the United States.
Yeah.
Possibly the East Coast of the United States. A little too early to tell that, but I don't think so. I think it'll be strictly a Gulf threat. And let's take a look at Matthew.
First of all, let's take a look at Lisa.
Oh, you want to look at Lisa first?
Lisa is not much out there. It's pretty much moving straight stationary. It's not going anywhere. It's just kind of wobbled out here the past few days.
It's been meandering around in different directions.
Pretty much, it's weird because it's been moving more east than anything. I don't understand.
Yeah.
But it's expected to take its northwest turn and go out to sea. If you take a look at the projected path, you can see that. They're expecting it to go out to sea. It could make a westerly turn come back, but that's highly improbable. Take a look at the satellite. It's not much. That band of thunderstorms up there, but it doesn't really help it because the circulation's down here.
So that's about it on Lisa. We won't spend any more time on that one because it's not really a threat.
Yeah. Take a look at Matthew. It is our newly named storm. It was named today. Winds are at 40 miles per hour. We're moving west at 16 miles per hour. This is a 7 o'clock update. The pressure is down to 1,005 millibars. It will probably become a hurricane here in the next few days as it nears Honduras. And if you take a look at the projected path, that's not it. Take a look at the projected path. It will go up and it could scrape the coast of Honduras and maintain its strength as it does. And then hook completely to the east, off to the northeast, and probably hit somewhere around Florida.
Yeah, my guess is it's probably going to hit the northeast Gulf Coast, somewhere up there between Mississippi and Florida. And I would also say that it's very likely going to be a major hurricane by the time it does that. The Caribbean is extremely warm, so is the Gulf of Mexico, and that will be the primary focus for tropical development over the next 5 weeks or so. I think this is going into November this year. And so anyway, I would say that we're going to see probably at least 5 more named storms that threaten the United States. 3 to 5 that threaten the United States before the season's over. It's what you call the end game of this year's tropical Atlantic season. So
yeah, a couple years ago we had a season to where we had so many named storms that kept coming off of Africa and kept developing all over the place that we went into Alpha and Delta and all those Greek names, because we even had tropical storms in January. It's very rare that happens, and that was one of the things I don't think I'll ever see again. It's very possible, but as Matthew heads east towards Florida, it'll be makes a landfall somewhere around Florida. Could even hit Mississippi, Louisiana, but I think it's going to go straight at Florida. Florida, you need to keep your guard up towards the end of next week, and in a couple weeks you could be really in for a major hurricane hit. Here's the satellite for it. It's really wound up here. Good cluster of thunderstorms. Nice and winding up. It's ready to get going here. Come across. It will probably be a hurricane by the time it gets in this area, and then stay that way most of the time, that direction. I'll go back to the projected path. I'll show you. It's probably going to kind of wander across the coast more than go more inland on the Yucatan. It's going to wander across the coast and go that direction. Take a look at the broad view of the Atlantic. We've got Matthew here, remnants of Igor here. This isn't even Igor. Igor's gone. This is a cold front that's moved out there. This is the remnants of Julia. It now has a 0% chance of development. It's kind of wandering around southwest out there. It probably won't develop because the upper level winds on it are very high. We've also got Lisa over here just wandering around out here. We've got this tropical wave. I don't know. I don't think it'll turn into much. It's possible, though. till it gets towards the Caribbean. And then we got this wave wanting to come off of Africa. But that's pretty much the tropics. Take a closer look at the African coast. We've got this wave that could go into the Caribbean and develop. And we've always got to watch these waves that come off of Africa, because you never know what they could do. They could take a southwest turn and not bother anybody, or to go due west towards the United States, or go out to sea.
But I think most likely that these tropical waves that come off of the coast of Africa from now on, if they're going to survive and form into anything, they're going to have to sneak their way through the southern Atlantic and into the Caribbean.
Yes.
Before they'll develop, because nothing else is going to develop out here in the Atlantic, more than likely. And so we're all of our focus is on the southeastern coast of the United States and the Gulf of Mexico and the eastern seaboard.
Yeah, because everything that comes off the coast there, as you can see what happened with Lisa, it doesn't turn out to be much. It wanders around out there, and it's eventually just going to go up and die. Because they're going to have to come off like this wave might do and this wave's trying to do, and just kind of wander their way across, sneak across, go into the Caribbean, and make their way in and hit the United States. That's pretty much how things are going to play out the rest of the hurricane season.
I agree with that, Josh. And I say with the trophiness that's going to come down, everything that forms in the Caribbean Sea is going to be forced to come northward. Thus, the United States is in major trouble over the coming weeks.
They really are, because pretty much every storm that develops from here on out, unless they're like Lisa, they're going to hit the United States. The Gulf Coast, I would put for the rest of the hurricane season, everywhere in this area I just drew, I'm gonna put them on high alert, because they're really in for it the rest of the hurricane season. They probably could get at least five more storms hit the United States. So 2 or 3 of them will probably be major hits.
And in the Gulf of Mexico, I believe that the East Coast may get hit by something. You know, maybe one the remainder of this season. But I think the Gulf Coast is the biggest threat.
Because, you know, Matthew could come up and cross Florida and hit the East Coast. But if Matthew comes up, it could just go across Florida. And that high is out here, so it's probably just going to pull it out. Bermuda, I don't know. Bermuda eventually could get affected by Matthew, but that's too far out to tell. We'll watch that. But that's pretty much the tropical update. Tomorrow we will give you a more in-detailed update of things.
Especially Matthew.
Yeah, Matthew's our main focus now, really, because it's going to be impacting the people we make these videos for. And you can go online and visit us on our website, firsthandweather.com, youtube.com/oneweathernut. Please subscribe, comment, and rate our videos. We hope everyone has an excellent evening. And
thank you all very much for watching. We appreciate the support.